Hello!
Hey everybody, it's another Rat Gut Review. I'm Lorelei and this is my son Rory. Otherwise known as Mike and Ed in
I
Milwaukee.
didn't realize you were going to be continuing that joke.
Oh, of course. Until we get enough, feedback to figure out who we really are.
There you go.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just a nebulous guy somewhere. So.
Okay. So this is your first Spirit Snapshot, which
True.
was a little side project I had started on my own.
And a little scary.
Okay. Anyway, it was a little side project that I had started on my own. We were doing stuff that wasn't whiskey. But you're here today, and we're introducing you to sherry, and you're coming in on the deep end.
Okay.
Because we've already did all the sweet versions.
Ooh.
Now we're getting into the extra dry versions.
Oh, more like cooking sherry?
No, hopefully not that bad.
Not that.
They usually add like pepper and salt to those,
Yeah.
so they're not actually drinkable. You're not supposed to.
Well,
you're not supposed to drink
them.
them.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so this
Stay away from that, children.
today we're doing Fino sherry, which is literally like fine sherry, refined sherry.
I like it.
Yeah. So this is what is it? Fino Cruz del Mar from Bodega Cesar Florido.
Oh, did you just have a mini stroke?
Of course.
Okay.
And then Manzanilla La Cigarrera from Bodegas La Cigarrera.
Easy for him to say.
Yeah, right. So Fino is basically the most subtle, dry kind of sherry, right? It's made, if you've watched previous videos, you know oxidation is important. You need the floor to protect it from oxidation in the barrel, okay? That's the cap of yeast. So these are done with caps of yeast the entire time they're maturing in the cask.
Okay.
The difference is Manzanilla is a type of Fino made in, I'm going to mess this up, Sanlúcar de Barrameda.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, right? Future Eddie,
if I could make my mouth move like that.
Future Eddie, help us out. Tell us the correct pronunciation. But it's basically made by the seaside in Jerez de la Frontera. Yep. But Manzanilla literally means small apple.
Okay.
But in Spain Spanish, that it refers to chamomile. It's supposed to taste like chamomile tea.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. So let's pour these.
Okay.
So now the only problem with these, I bought these from the liquor store I work at. The problem is they have been sitting a little long. You're supposed to drink Fino sherry within a year of it being bottled. Here, we take the pour one for yourself. These have been sitting a little long. We're just over the year mark on these, so that's okay though. I think we'll be all right.
I was going to ask you, is the yeast going to hold over like a beer? And you know what? It does.
Yeah. So with Oloroso, where it's aged completely oxidatively, so there's really no yeast in there. There's really no yeast taste. But with Fino and Manzanilla, there tends to be a more yeasty taste,
right? Because
that yeast is in the barrel, and those sherry bodegas, they hang on to barrels for like 100 years. Because it's got the buildup of yeast in them, and they want that really concentrated floor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this is going to be fun.
So Cruz del Mar on the right.
Right.
Yeah, that is pretty yeasty.
Oh, yeah.
That is yeasty. Very nutty, waxy, kind of.
Nutty, there's a little fruit.
There's an appliness.
An apple, yeah.
Red apple. Yeah. So these are both from Demaison Selections. So they're an independent bottler of wines. So they bought these from the bodegas and bottled them themselves.
Cool.
So yeah, it is aptly.
Yeah, it's more so now that it's opening up.
It's aptly mixed with like just a little bit of pecan, maybe.
I'm getting used to this. I'm getting less of the yeast and more of the apple.
Yeah, the yeast really comes out on that first sniff. That's probably the most like dominant flavor you get right away. Make a sip. Sip it.
Okay, I got to tell you, that's the worst whiskey I've ever had.
It's very light. It's very delicate.
Very light and very dry.
Yeah, it's very dry.
Wow.
It's got a touch of like a kind of an acidic apple thing going.
And it does remind me of the cooking sherry.
A little bit?
A little bit, yeah. Because it's so dry.
It is very dry. Yeah, your whole mouth just goes...
like you're sucking on alum.
Yep. All right. So then let's check out the manzanilla, the chamomile. So these are supposed to be, because they're aged by the sea, they're supposed to be a little bit nicer, a little bit friendlier, and it's supposed to have kind of a crisp, nice style.
Not like the people in Jersey. Hey, nothing against you people in Jersey, but
Jeffrey Patron. Jeffrey Patron's head.
Very similar nose.
Very similar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, very, very.
But this one's actually...
Yep.
This one's a little more dark kind of woodiness.
Yeah, this one's more like feet.
Yeah, the Fino's a little bit more funky.
Yeah, we used to have a yeast processing plant here in the valley, and we'd go under the freeway and you'd smell it, and everyone would go, "Ew, feet!" But it was it was the yeast factory.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this one reminds me of. This one less so.
Yeah, this one is way less yeasty, way less funky.
That one is a little less dry.
Yep. Just a touch more sweet.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite
more of the apple essence.
Doesn't quite suck all the moisture out of your mouth. I don't know. I don't know if that's. I think it's not quite as. This might actually be green apple. This might be red apple. But they're nutty. But it's a very subtle nuttiness. They're both very kind of like a subtle, very light cashewy pecan kind of thing. As opposed to some of the other ones where it was just big. Actually, you didn't have those.
No.
But the other ones were big blasts of sugar and nuttiness and all this. This is very subtle, light, kind of funky.
How would this go in a wine cooler? No.
Like mix it with something fruity?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Quick, we got cherry vodka. You want to mix it?
Sure.
Let's do it.
There's a grain spirits with some cherry.
I'm sure all the...
and a big ice cube. And we'll just have to jam it down.
I'm sure all the... if there are, sherry snobs watching this, they're probably like...
Oh, they're gonna cut us right there.
Oh, I know. They're gonna think
we're never gonna watch again.
Complete idiots. All right, just a dribble.
2/3 of our viewing audience will have gone away if they're watching
our
sherry snobs.
Well, I don't think we have any sherry snobs. I think we got a lot of whiskey people who probably don't care about sherry anyway.
And they're not watching
and
this.
They're not watching this.
So
it doesn't matter what we do. Nothing matters.
Okay, I do have to ask one thing.
Yeah.
How did you get the tall stool again? Look at this. Yeah.
There is no difference. He was sitting on 2 pillows last time. Just accept that you have a short torso.
Oh. All right.
Seriously, if we stood up, he's only an inch shorter than me. I think I sit up straighter than you too. You kind of hunch a little bit.
Okay. Old age.
Yeah. Which is funny because when I was a kid, you were the one who was always encouraging me to have good posture. And you would come up, he would show up, he would ambush me out of nowhere. I'd be in the bath and he'd come up and he'd push my lower back and
and look at him now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he walks.
Yeah. I practically walk leaning backwards.
No, you are fully erect when you walk. That's true.
Oh, goddamn!
What? Oh, sorry. He stands very upright.
Oh man, this video is gonna go long just because our ridiculous banter. Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yes, actually, it is.
Yeah, I kind of dig that.
I think fruit would help this quite a bit.
The tart cherry goes well with the dry wine.
Tart cherry would go good, and I think pineapple would go good.
Yeah, pineapple juice. That would be kick-ass.
So,
I'm gonna get some soda water and some pineapple, and I'm gonna cut it up, and I'm gonna make
if you're loving sherries and you like dry sherry with a little yeast flavor, this would be the way to go. If you're a little sweeter like me, you're gonna want to do this with
a little bit of fruit.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, this is actually I like the funky yeasty sherryness. It's not as bold a flavor as some of the the Amontillado that I really like, but it's it's very subtle. It's nice. It's fun. But this is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it lightens it. Well, it sparkles it up.
Yeah,
a little bit.
The kind of maraschino-ness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
my introduction to sherry.
Yeah. So here's the thing about Fino and Manzanilla.
Okay.
With other sherries, because they're higher proof and they've been aged oxidatively, kind of like whiskey, where they've been exposed to air, they don't really oxidize after you've opened them, so you can keep them for a few months or a few weeks, depending on the version. These two are actually more like wine, more like regular wine. They're like 15% alcohol each.
Oh.
So you got to drink them within like a couple hours of opening them.
Hence the small bottle, no doubt.
Yeah, I did buy the small bottle.
Yeah, right.
Because I knew we would want to kill this.
But
quickly.
even with wine, once you open it, and then,
yeah,
after a day or two, it oxidizes so much it just becomes kind of
vinegar.
Yeah,
a
little more so.
Yeah, but yeah. So if you're gonna drink Fino, make sure you kill it quickly. In fact, we're gonna each kill a bottle of this right now. Let's go, Pop. Come on.
Yeah.
Chug.
Chug.
No, we have more videos to shoot.
Yes.
All right. But until next time.
Mercifully enough.
This has been a Spirit Snapshot.
Hey.
And you guys, hey, if you're watching, which there's like 5 people watching this one, like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications. And until next time, stay rotten.